What is going on, everybody? We have officially returned from Washington State SummerCon. So before we get into my final thoughts on this convention, let's run this intro real quick, set up, and I'll dive right into it. So I'll catch you guys in a few seconds. Later.
Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me.
Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed the intro, like always. But, of course, before we dive right into the con and what I thought about the space, the layout, and all that, I think we should dive into some of these signatures that I picked up, because I'm pretty hyped. As you guys saw in some of my previous videos from day 1, day 2, and day 3, I got to pick up and finally finish. Sorry, let me rephrase that, because it's not done yet, but it's 95% done. I'm missing one more signature, and that is Kevin Clash, aka Splinter. But after that, I literally got every single signature. As you can see it here hanging in the background. I finally completed my 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action movie. And I have everybody on this. I have the amazing Judith Hogue, aka April O'Neil. I have Robbie Rist. Just looking at my poster here, picture-wise. I got Robbie Rist, who plays Michelangelo. I got Ernie Reyes Jr., who is Donatello inside the costume. I have, Brian Tucci, who plays Leonardo. And then I also have the one that I was missing is James Sayato or Sato. I don't want to mess that up. But he plays Shredder. And he's the one that I brought my poster to. And let me tell you, I was having a mini heart attack while carrying this poster, because I had to put it in a tube plus another tube inside my carry-on. Sorry, not my carry-on, my check-in bag. And all I kept thinking is, please don't smush this bag. Please don't smush this bag. So, I'm glad it made it safe. Like I said, I got everybody. Got the amazing Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got Ken Scott, who is Raphael. So, super happy about that. Like I said, hopefully one day in the future, Kevin Clash does a con so I can get his signature on this poster. And then it will be 100% completed. And of course, if trickle in other people that have been in the movie, I won't be opposed to having them sign either. But like I said, this was my number one target, or number one thing to get completed at this con. I did this first thing I did. But happy about that. Once that was completed, my next mission for day 1 was, of course, to get every single Ninja Turtles 1980s cartoon to sign my Funko Pops. And I know what you're thinking. How old are you? Well, I wasn't born when the 80s cartoon was playing, so let me tell you that. But I had an older brother who loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he introduced me to those cartoons, and I got to watch them. And I fell for them, and I watched the 80s ones, the live action ones, the 2000s ones, anything turtle related, I watched. So I had to get these because these are the ones that started it all. So I already had Michelangelo signed by Townsend. I met him at a previous convention. And here's it, just a refresher. Of course, he signs everything Cowabunga. That's part of his signature now. I was messing around with Barry Gordon, who plays Donatello, the voice cartoon. And he was saying that he puts Cowabunga in everything. Even his serious signatures. So I thought that was funny. But here's that one. And as you guys can remember at RocketCon, first time I met Kevin Eastman, he signed my Michelangelo pop. So this one was pretty cool to get a while back. But let's go ahead and here is the first one. Barry Gordon, the amazing voice actor of Donatello, signed it right there in front. Let's see. The glare is killing me. Yeah, a little bit there. But he wrote Give 'em Shell, and then he wrote his signature and then Donatello underneath. So that was pretty cool. And all of them wrote something different on it. So it makes it unique to every single one of them. So let's go ahead and jump into the leader of the Turtles, besides Master Splinter, of course, the great Leonardo, who was signed by the great Cam Clark. And he wrote Turtles Fight with Honor. So that was pretty cool. Always his samurai mystical stuff. So that was pretty cool. And he wrote Leo right underneath. So this was awesome. And then when I tell you, I was in line for Rob Paulsen, who plays Raphael. And I was looking at his table and it hit me. And I was like, yo, this guy literally voiced all my childhood cartoons. Even if it was a major role all the way to a small role, he was literally in everything that I watched growing up. And it made me even more hyped to meet him. And here's his signature with Raphael. And I know, hopefully you guys got to see some of my other videos with my interactions with some of the cast. And he was awesome. He was funny. And he was appreciative, as I was, to meet him. And he was very awesome to his fans. He's a very nice person to talk to. And he takes his time with everybody. So I thought it was pretty cool. And he wrote Turtle Power, wrote Wrath, and then, of course, his awesome signature. So really hype I got these completed, because right there in the corner, and I don't know if you guys can see that, to top it off, I got a group photo. Put it right here. Better. A group photo with the costumes from the 90s movie with me and Kevin Eastman. Again, co-creator of the Ninja Turtles. That's an epic picture. And I'm so hyped to have that. And I'm going to have the turtle surrounding the frame. So that was for my day one. It was Turtle Day. Now day two, let's get into Daredevil Day. When I tell you, I thought these lines were going to be good and well put together, especially when I got into Wilson Fisk, aka Vincent D'Onofrio's line. Smooth, fast, got into it, got my signature, talked to him for a little bit, and like I said, super hype about him. Got to meet an awesome person. He does not sound anything like his characters. He plays so many villains. He has a deep voice from, I don't know if you guys remember him in Men in Black. He plays the bad guy, the alien. And he started talking to us, and I was like, what? That's crazy. Not what I pictured. But like I said, awesome dude. He was taking photos with everybody. I caught from the corner of my eye when I was in Charlie Cox's line. Somebody asked him to take a picture of them squeezing their head, like in the Daredevil show. I thought that was hilarious. That's so awesome. But here he is right there. Wrote Kingpin Infamy and signature up top. So this one's awesome. And then, of course, before we get into this, before I show you this pop, let me tell you the experience. Because this pop was a mission. I literally was standing in line for almost 6 hours to get Charlie Cox's signature. And it was nothing from Charlie Cox's point, because he was awesome. He kept the line moving quick, but still spent time talking to all his fans, which I thought it was awesome and efficient. What killed the line was the people monitoring the line. So we had his group ready to go sign, and then the, how can I say, the line that, the overflow line, let me think that. So they had overflow lines. So like once the line where the table was shortens, next group from the overflow line would go. Well, they mixed all that up. They said they were starting from one side of the line, which was how it's supposed to be, to go towards the other line. Didn't do that. They decided to flip it, grab from the middle, which people were arguing with the guy the whole time. And then it was just, this is the other thing. They only had one person monitoring Charlie Cox's line, which I think was very, very inefficient and bad idea. Because while the person was talking to the overflow line, we had people sneak into the main line, and people would get upset, tell them, no, you're not supposed to do that. Hey, those people are cutting. And all the people were like, oh, no, we were here already. So it sucked. But like I said, waited 6 hours, finally got all the way to the front of the line. And it was finally our turn to meet Charlie Cox. And one of the sweetest persons I've ever met. And I would love, again, to meet him, which I will, because he will be coming to LA Comic Con, and I'm already going to jump on that because I got something else I want to get signed. But here is the Daredevil pop. He signed for me. He wrote the double D's for Daredevil and then his signature up top. So this one was pretty cool. Like I said, the interaction with him was awesome, friendly. And if you ever get a chance to meet Charlie Cox, I 100% recommend it, because he'll treat you like a normal person and talk to you like you're one of the bros. So those were my positives of signature wise. Now I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, because I'm pretty sure from what I've been reading and all that, he had shows that day too, and I don't know, but I was so hyped to meet this person because he voiced a lot of the cartoons. Well, he was in a lot of movies that I grew up watching, got in trouble for. And it was funny. I wanted to tell him that, but he was, you know what? Watch this. Hello
You
there.
want the combo or just autograph?
Just this autograph.
All right, you want a name on it?
No, it's okay.
All right, bring it on over.
Awesome. Hey, how you doing? Awesome. Appreciate you.
Take care. Thanks for
I think so.
As you can see, that was the interaction. Literally with Pauly Shore. I wanted to talk to him and tell him how much I appreciated his movies, how much I loved his movies. Because growing up, I think when Biodome came out, I bought it on pay-per-view without asking my parents. And I got in trouble for it. I bought it literally probably like 15 times. Back in the day when you had to pay for pay-per-view. And you know, I wanted to tell him that. I wanted to tell him how much I enjoyed all his movies. But as you saw, he was just not into talking to his fans. And from what I saw on some of the groups, Facebook groups and all that, it wasn't just me. But like I said, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He had to travel out here. It was a long day already. And he had to do shows after. So, but yeah, I got Pauly Shore signature also on Bobby. But like I said, maybe another time I'll give him another chance. And hopefully he is a little bit more into the mood of talking. But that's all I have for signature wise. I did pick something up, which I'm going to do an unboxing for you guys. Probably in the next video. But as you guys know, I'm on the mission to pick up Marvel Legends helmets, as you can see. And this one's the next one up. I found this one at the con. So imagine packing this bad boy in my check-in bag with my poster. Can you see why I was having a heart attack? But was able to pick this up, and I cannot wait to do an unboxing for you guys. But that's all I have for pickups. I didn't really go too crazy with it because I was already spending too much money on signatures. I don't even want to get into that. But all in all, my last final thoughts on Washington State SummerCon. If I had to give it a rating from 1 through 10, I would go in 7 or 8. Reason I would think 7 is because how the line for Daredevil cast was managed, especially Charlotte Cox's line. But all in all, the guest lineup was awesome. All the Turtles. Shout out to Celebration, who does link up with all these cons and bring all the voice actors and actors for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and also bringing in Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Turtles. So shout out to Celebration. And then again, all the other ones, they had, if you guys saw my videos, they had a bunch of Disney princesses. They had the whole Cobra Kai cast, besides obviously Daniel LaRusso and oh my God, I'm going blank. What's his name? Cheat code. Johnny Lawrence. Sorry, forgot for a second. But yeah, those were the only 2 missing from the cast, but the whole cast was here. And they were, from what I saw, the experiences were awesome. They brought wrestlers out here from Bret Hart to Big Show. So, guest lineup was dope. And if it's like that next year, I will 100% go. Because I enjoyed myself, especially going to a new place I've never been. So, if you guys ever get a chance to head to Washington and hit up SummerCon, please do so. Because I enjoyed myself. I know you guys will too. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, shout out to Washington State SummerCon. We'll be back. But that's all I have. This is your boy Jay Poole. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Click it. Click it. Because more great videos. And especially, you want to see me unbox this. Because we got that next. But again, I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Let's be awesome.
Just